welcome. Ciao a tutti. How is everybody today? Welcome to my channel. This is my first video that I'm doing in spring. Okay, so let's get into this video, guys. I'm just going to tell you guys why I think Italian people live for longer, just from my observations of being in the country. Right. We all know that Italians live for longer. It is highly documented. You know, they can live off into their 90s, up until they're 100 years old, depending on where they are in the country. But I'm going to tell you my reasons why. The other day I was out for a nice walk and I thought to myself, I can see why they live for longer. Right, so again, you know, guys, I've written all these things down, and as they were coming to me, I just started to write them down. So they might not be in any particular order, but I'm going to go ahead and start. So, reason number one, why I think Italians live for longer. Number one, I would say outdoors, guys. When I go out for walks, I see Italian people outside taking the time to walk, whether they're walking fast or whether they're walking slow. I live in an area where we have a lot of green land, so they specifically go to walk or to exercise. I see people in their 60s, 70s, my boyfriend's friends, parents, outside just alone, just with a bar, and they're just making exercise, doing exercise, guys. They're walking, they're power walking, they're speed walking. They're actually taking the time out of their day to exercise. And some of them, I've noticed, even do it twice per day, depending on when they want to, and also in correspondence to when they eat. Some do it before, they go for walks before they eat, and some after they eat. It all depends. But it's very active. The area outside of my house it's well used, let's put it this way. So I would say is number one. Italians, they take the time to work out. I can't say all, okay? In this video, I'm not saying everybody, but from what I can see, and the elders as well, they take the time to work out. Also on bikes, they get on their bikes and they look after their body. All right, I will go to point number two. I also think this could be a contribution to why Italians live longer. In August, we have a long holiday here, and it's like 30 days. It's the full month of August where everything is shut, closed, and most things are closed, guys. And even if you want to be working, it's very difficult for you to work. So you might as well just surrender the month of August and do nothing, okay? Some Italians work hard up until August. I'm not saying they don't work hard up until August, and then they take that break. And some don't take the break in August, but majority of places are closed. The city is closed. Torino is closed in August. So I think this gives people some time just to relax, to refocus, to re-energize, charge their batteries again, so that they can continue on with the rest of the year once they arrive back from wherever they go to. And also, Italians like to go to either the mountains, depending on which time of year it is, or to the beach. In summertime, the beach, and in the winter time, generally to the mountains. So I also think this is quite a good thing. You have your kind of like your home from home that they tend to go to and have a break, and have just a break from their everyday surroundings. They might go for long weekends or just whatever. Generally, I noticed that a lot of Italians have homes at the beach or in the mountains, or some of them have all three. One in the city, one in the mountains, and one at the beach. So again, that's just time just to be away from everyday life. All right, so that was the mountains. I like going to the beach and the mountains. I've really got into that tradition. It's a tradition that I like. It's a habit I like to do. All right, food. Right, food is very important. I think everybody knows that Italians and food is important. Right, so I think they eat everything in moderation. I don't see full plates. I often eat the same as, I would say, yeah, I could say sometimes I could eat the same as a man here. Because I don't believe that they eat that much, say at dinner time, at meal time. It's not like, oh, a man, a big plate of food, or a woman, a small plate of food. There's not that much difference in the plate sizes. That's what I find here. They eat everything in moderation. There's no excess. There's no big plates of food. There's no piles of this. There's no piles of that. Just casual eating, right? So everything in moderation. Junk food, I've mentioned in the video before, it's not really a big thing here. I've noticed eating a lot of having a lot of snacks and eating a lot of junk. And what I notice when we do eat junk is at a certain time. It's not throughout the day. There's a period of time, maybe in the evening we might have some snacks when we're watching TV, but snacking is not something that we really do. And me and my boyfriend, meaning we, and I've noticed that a lot of Italians don't snack. They have their meals and they have their meal times, and that's basically it. They might have a water or some banana in between, but junk is not really the top thing on their list. So yeah. And I think that they practice mindful eating. I don't think it's purposely done, but their approach to eating I find quite mindful. They know what they're going to eat. It's thought about. They think about it. They might think about it in the morning or in the evening, and they take time to prep it. It's simple dishes. They take time to prep the food, and then as they're eating it, you know, you could sit down and eat for maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, 1 hour and a half, and it's kind of like mindful eating. What you're eating, once you taste it, what are you tasting? What are the tastes? Yeah. Buono. This, I can taste this, I can taste that, okay? It's like there's always a commentary. With every meal, there's a commentary. There's always something about the taste, whether it's done nice, and the cook especially wants to know what it tastes like, what that pasta tastes like. They can cook that pasta every day, but this time they want to know what it tastes like. Every day they want to know. They need to give them some feedback on the way the food tastes. So I also think that's mindfully eating. It's not just having a meal and just boom, and then maybe saying later or not saying at all that the food is nice. And it's also giving gratitude to the person that cooked the food as well. So, and you know, giving respect to the ingredients and whatever. So mindfully eating, I think that contributes towards a person's health as well. Just being mindful and being grateful for what you're eating. And also they like to read the labels of stuff. They take the time. Oh, this is a certain olive oil that I'm going to be using on this bread. Oh, this is a certain olive oil I'm going to be using on this salad. I think you guys are getting the picture. Everything is taking time. There's no fretta, rush. Oh, calm. And also dinner times are family times. It's not separation. John is in his room, Jane is in her room, Larry's sitting down watching the TV, Mum is cooking and eating on the go. It's not that. It's a set time. Everybody respects the time when they're going to eat their dinner or when they're going to eat their lunch, and they sit around the table and they eat their lunch. Sometimes you have nothing to talk about around the table, for example, if you're a family, but the fact of the matter is that you're around the table and you're eating together, and it's just kind of like a time for bonding. Maybe you do it twice a day if you're lucky enough, but definitely once a day, it definitely happens. So I think that's another thing. So having family around you and having people around you and having constant contact and maybe even having discussions over the dinner table, I believe that can impact on people's health and help towards making the person live for longer. Just think about it. There's many people, and there's how can I say this? It's not uncommon in the UK for children to be eating in their rooms, okay? Especially in a time like quarantine, when we're going through the situation where kids are eating in their room and it becomes normal, eating in front of the TV, eating in their bedroom, or eating alone, and they don't have any contact with maybe their family. Maybe they just come down, say, oh, thank you, Mum, for the dinner, and they go back upstairs, and there's not that family interaction. Which do you prefer? Just think about it. I prefer to have the interaction and the talk and to have the discussion with my family around the dinner table and everybody to check in with each other's. Okay, I've had enough of that point. I've talked for a long time there. Another point that I've noticed is grind culture, trying to do things very quickly or in a short space of time. And I don't know if you guys know about grind culture, but I think Americans and people in the UK follow these motivational speakers where they promote grinding, not sleeping sometimes, getting a job done. And in some cases it's good, but in other cases it can cause illness and cause excess stress. But I don't see that type of culture here where people are grinding and trying to get results quickly, trying to start businesses. I don't see that type of, I don't get that type of energy here. The energy I get more is a little bit more relaxed. I'm not saying, I don't know. It's not ambition. It's hard to say. If you understand what I mean, write down, put it down in the comment section. in the UK, there's a force, and in the US, there's a kind of like a force on getting ahead, blah, blah, blah. And you can see it on people. When you meet people, you can see they want to get ahead, they want to be ambitious, they want to have 5 houses, I don't get that vibe here. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Right. Mindfulness. I think, as I said before, Italians practice mindfulness without them even knowing. Mindfully eating, mindfully drinking, having a time to drink their coffee. You know, this time to drink their coffee for my boyfriend, I find it's a bit of meditation for him. When he's even in the process of making it, he does it slow. There's no rush. Don't you look at me and say, don't rush to make my coffee. You know, if you're gonna rush, this process shouldn't be rushed. You know, if you're gonna rush it, don't bother. It's not a burden, it's a pleasure. So he will always mindfully make his coffee without him even knowing, just, you know, pile it up nice, make it into the mountain, put the water in, and he'll stir it gently, and he'll just drink it gently. Same coffee, guys. You drink it same, just nice and then, buono, yeah, buono. And he'll look around like this. So just little in sections of their day, there's acts of mindfulness that they do, and I think they don't even know that they're doing it. Right. Digestion. Okay, digestion is very, very important. I'm a person that suffers with a lot of gut issues, and I can honestly say, in the past, I never really respected digestion. I didn't respect it, guys. But here there's a high emphasis on digestion. You know, digestion is very, very important. My boyfriend and people that I know actually calculate digestion time into it. Okay, so example, I need to go out in 1 hour, but I need to eat, and I need to make my coffee after, and then I need to digest my food for about 20 minutes. Digestion is part of the plan for a lot of Italians. They believe in digestion. Even if they don't vocalize, it's just something that they do. They're not gonna, after they eat, jump up. They're not even gonna eat on the go. They're not gonna eat on the go, number one. And number two, then you're not gonna see them jumping up after they eat to go and do anything, especially to go and work or to do some labor. They're not going to jump on bikes. They're not going to do any form of exercise, and they're right. They are literally right about that, because everybody knows digestion and gut health is everything. So the fact that they respect their gut is pretty much A1 for me. I respect it so much, and sometimes I used to laugh at my boyfriend. I was like, stop being silly, you know, stop talking about, you know, we need to go. But, you know, I've learned to slow down and respect my body, basically. Respect the process. All right. Rest in the day. I know some people cannot get their head around this concept, but it's not uncommon for you to find that a household will rest at a certain point in the day. Anything after lunch, between maybe 2 o'clock and maybe 4 o'clock, at any point, people can be rested and sleeping. I've been to people's house before, and I've disturbed them because they're sleeping at that time. They're taking their nap at that time, and that's nice, guys, to take time out of your day to just have a nap and just to relax and sleep, to recharge the batteries. In the UK, that would be seen as lazy. If you're sleeping in the day, you automatically assumed it's lazy. Like, what are you doing sleeping in the day? What, are you an old person? What, you an old woman? You sleeping in the day? What are you doing sleeping in the day? That's what you get. You get critiqued. People can be quite critical of people sleeping in the day. But here, no, it's a normal thing. It can definitely happen. Not all Italians do it, but some do. And the last point I'm going to make is giving to people. I think what helps them to live longer is also they give to people in terms of making batches of food, you know, small gifts. Making food, making pasta. Plenty of my boyfriend's parents' friends live in Rome. I've never met them before. They live here, they live there, and they will make batches of fresh jam, marmalade, jam, and then they would make it for us, and then they'll send it to us. They make chocolate, they make caramella, they make everything for us, and they'll just give it to us or give it to people that they know. And I think it's just like so sweet, so adorable. So yeah, giving is also will make anybody live for longer, I believe, because when you have that type of energy where you want to keep everything is vented up, I think it's there's a law of giving and receiving, and they, not all, but most Italians, I find that they follow this, even giving small gifts, small acts. So there you go, guys. That's my list of reasons why I think that Italians live for longer. All right, they're very, very simple, but guys, they work. And this is, nowadays it's all popular. They call it self-care, doing self-care, being mindful this, being mindful of that. But when I've taken time to sit down and look, follow the Mediterranean way, follow the Italian way when it comes to it. Very, very simple. Move the body, eat well, be mindful, listen to your body, sleep when you need to, even if you need to do it in the day, take a nap. Respect your digestion, respect your gut, and respect what you put into your body. Boom. There we are, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've got anything to add to it, if I've forgotten anything, please feel free to add something in the comment section below. Do you agree with my points? Let me know. Ciao.